going to show you today is a tool called the TapeBuddy. It actually applies a compound to the back of the tape as it's pulled through the tool. So now all you need to do is take that tape and put it over your seam and embed it. If somebody were to ask me what the most important part of the taping process is, or maybe what the most difficult of the taping process is, I would probably say embedding the tape. And I think most people who have tried finishing drywall would agree with that. The reason is you have to get the precise amount of compound behind the tape. And then you have to embed it nice and tight. And there are actually a lot of seams to finish in a typical house. So having a tool that makes the taping process easier and improves the quality is really a must, and the TapeBuddy tool solves that problem. In this segment, I'm going to talk about what tools you are going to need when using the TapeBuddy to apply the compounded tape to the walls. And also I'm going to talk about a little bit of prep you're going to need to do before you actually start taping. That involves inspecting your drywall that's been newly hung. Of course, you're going to need a TapeBuddy, which is the tool that we're featuring as a place reservoir for the joint compound and a place for the tape, which I'll explain how to use this shortly. We're also going to be using joint compound, which is going to need to be thinned down slightly with water. So you're going to need a tool called the Mix-It Mixer. You're going to need something to scoop the joint compound from the joint compound pail into the TapeBuddy reservoir. When you go to embed the tape, you're going to need a taping knife. They come in a wide variety of widths. This is a 6-inch taping knife. This is what I typically use on my jobs. You could probably use a 5-inch and be just fine, or even go a little wider if you wanted to. You also will most likely need a taping pan in case you have some excess joint compound and you need a place to put that before you put it back into the TapeBuddy tool. Prior to embedding any tape, we need to do an inspection of the quality of the drywall work. That includes making sure the job site is clean. If we're focusing on taping seams, we don't want to be tripping over debris or tools that are in the middle of the floor. We also need to inspect how well it is fastened. Are all the screws set deep enough? Or maybe they're set too deep. If they're set too deep, you got to put another screw next to it. Not deep enough, just set it just below the surface of the paper. That can be inspected just by taking your taping knife and running it across the surface. If you hear a little clicking noise, it means the screw is out too far. Also, we want to inspect seams to make sure there aren't too wide of gaps. Any gap 3/16 of an inch or wider should be pre-filled with joint compound. And that joint compound should be dry before you start embedding your tape. There is also a process for embedding the tape. Here's a butted seam. This is where the ends of the panels butt together. That has tape put on it first. This seam here and this seam here are what are called beveled edge seams. They're usually much longer. They are taped second. That last little edge of the paper on your butted seam. And then the inside corners are done last. Inside corners on the ceiling and walls are done after the tape is put on the butted seams and your beveled edge seams.